Nick Saban's announced he's leaving college football. Well, someone's got to replace his role. And I'm not talking head coach. We all know Kalen DeBoer is the new head man for the Tide. I'm talking about who's going to replace Saban as the CEO of college football. For the last 2 decades, Saban has unofficially guided the sport of college football. And yeah, you can make the argument that administrators and political figures or whatever have had a bigger impact than Saban. But at the end of the day, college football needs a figurehead, and Saban has been that. The sport lost its CEO. It's Logan Roy. For anyone who doesn't know, Logan Roy is the head man for a super wealthy family in the show Succession. He runs a giant media company, and the show's entire drama just hinges on the fact that, hey, when he retires, who's going to fill that power vacuum? You see what we're doing here? I want to go through the characters in college football and match them to the characters in the show the best I can. I want to get a better sense of the impact of the unofficial CEO stepping down from college football, and what better way to do it? First, we got Nan Pierce. That's Ryan Day. This is easy. Somebody on the total other side, doing their own thing, but building a legit competitor. Ohio State got super aggressive in the portal over the last month, with 3 top 25 rosters up for grabs. So much so that half of Ohio State's transfers in 2024 are coming from Tuscaloosa. You got Caleb Downs, arguably the best player in the portal ever. Julian Sayin, number 2 quarterback in his class. And Seth McLaughlin, he started 25 games over the past 3 seasons. Waystar's loss is Pierce's gain, the same way that Alabama's loss is the Buckeyes' win. Greg Hirsch is Lane Kiffin. Another easy one. This is everyone's favorite character. Nobody takes him as the most serious guy in the room, but he keeps moving up. He keeps winning. And in the back of everyone's mind is the thought of, yo, what if Greg the Egg could really pull this thing off? Number 1 transfer portal class, and now they got a defense that's got a better shot of hanging in the trenches with Georgia and Alabama. You picked up Walter Nolan, Princely, still working on the last name, and linebacker Cristobal Jr. Gerri Kellman is Steve Sarkisian. I low-key struggled with this one. I didn't know where to put Sark until I read this about Gerri. Doesn't use intimidation tactics. Instead, sits back and strikes when less folks are watching. No one has ever quietly built something in Austin, but there's just other big personalities than Sark on this list. Lukas Matsson is Kirby Smart, the most obvious threat to the big man. The guy who's building his own behemoth for the younger generation. I mean, tell me that's not Kirby Smart. He's 48 years old to Saban's 72. On the surface, he's the best positioned to take the throne, start eating Alabama's lunch in the SEC, and potentially dominate the new 12-team playoff. Karl Muller, Brian Daboll. Sometimes you forget he's in this group. His focus is often not on the main point. People make jokes, but he has the capability to remind you he's still got power. I never counted out Karl. I'm not counting out Daboll. Connor Roy, we got Adam Gase, the forgotten one. And I always forget he's part of the Saban coaching tree. But still, he's got a shot to be back-to-back Super Bowl winning OC. Roman Roy, we got Jimbo Fisher. He can get the better of Logan every once in a while. Snappy and sarcastic personality. This is Jimbo's era where he gets sent to work at the amusement park. But he'll be back. He'll make his play for the crown. Shiv Roy, Mario Cristobal. He's always put distance between him and Saban. Cristobal's never coached in the same conference as Saban. He does things his own way, but he's still respected. Cam Ward could unlock things for a roster that's had a top 12 talent composite each of the past 2 seasons. Kendall Roy, Dabo Swinney. This is the reason I made the video. I can actually picture him screaming at the Alabama AD, trying to plead his case to be the next head coach.
I'm the eldest boy! I am the eldest boy!
All jokes aside, if Clemson can get some skill position talent to step up or transfer in, Clemson's still going to stay relevant. Wambsgans Dan Lanning, the final piece. Younger guy, unassuming at first, but spoiler, actually takes the throne. Doubled down at Oregon with a campaign that read, if you're worried about your coach leaving, then come to Eugene. Defense, he's got key returning players in Mateo Uyunglele and Jordan Birch. Transfer portal, needed to get better in the secondary and did. Picked up Jabbar Muhammad from Washington and Cam Alexander to fill the other corner spot. Brandon Johnson coming in from Duke as another corner, and Kobe Savage coming from Kansas State at safety. Offense returns some dudes now. At receiver, you got Tez Johnson, tight end Terrence Ferguson, and both offensive tackles come back. Also picked up some transfer portal additions. You got Evan Stewart, and then at quarterback, you not only got Dylan Gabriel, but you also picked up Dante Moore. What's my conclusion here? It's crazy to look at the impact Saban leaving will have throughout college football. What's your pick? Who will win?